Hi, this is Rajeev Khandelwal and you're watching me on India Forums.
Be it his stellar performances or making the girls go weak in the knees with just a smile, this actor has been captivating our hearts for more than a decade now and is now all set to enthrall us in the upcoming film Pranaam. And accompanying him, we have the actress who is all set for her big Bollywood ticket. It's none other than Rajeev Khandelwal and Sameksha Singh with us today.
Before we get started, make sure you subscribe and hit the bell icon for further updates.
Welcome to India Forum, guys.
Thank you.
Okay, so first we want to know the thoughts behind keeping this title Pranaam. Because अगर हम देखें तो
See, Pranaam is a way of greeting people. It's a very Indian way of greeting people. The film is also very Indian at heart, very, very Indian at heart. The real India still resides in the small towns. These are all metros where you have a confluence of different, different people from different parts of the country. But the real India still resides in smaller towns. And this film is, of course, based in a smaller town with small town issues that really matter in small towns. One of the biggest issues that has, issues also, it's not the right word actually, one of the biggest setback in the education system in small towns has been the leakage of all your examination papers, which has been happening year after year for the last so many decades and maybe more than that. So this film dwells upon that issue which happens in a small town and how the system actually sometimes robs the dreams of the youth, who are born in a humble background. So sometimes the system that you want to work for itself robs you of your dreams. So the entire packaging of the film is in a small town, real India. So that is why firstly Pranaam. But it's also Pranaam to the decade of 80s, where it was the era of classic cinema, where you got films like Hayal, there's a Ram Lakhan, not Zanjeer I would say, but end of 70s and end of 80s you got this whole thing of angry young man and that kind of a genre which was called the classic Hindi cinema. This is also Pranaam to that era because the film is set in 2019, but the way the story has been told is in a classic manner. It's a classic manner which we have seen in the past. It's about relationships, it's about drama, it's about friendship, it's about sacrifice, it's about ambitions, it's about seeing your ambitions getting crushed. So it's the story, as I said, is based in 2019, but the storytelling is from the classic era. So it's an experiment by Sanjeev, the director of the film, where he wanted to tell the story in a classic manner. That I want to do it in a classic manner. So please unlearn whatever you have learned and please invest all your faith in me. There were times when we were doing some scenes and I thought, no, I can't do it like this. This is, I'm used to doing it in a different manner. So he said, Rajeev, we'll do it. Please, if you believe in me, if you trust me, do it this way. So a lot of faith he had in this kind of filmmaking, and for me, and I'm sure for Sameksha also, it was a very refreshing thing to do a film which was as simple as this in a day and age where it's all about experimenting. It's all about experimental cinema, doing complex stories and being part of it. So I think the only experiment that he has done is to not experiment, and just change the style of filmmaking. Especially now also, there are songs which are getting remade from 70s and 80s. You're also seeing the remake of films. But I don't think anyone has attempted the style of making of a certain era. So this is a great, risk or a step or something that Sanjeev has taken. And hats off to him to have believed in it and to have executed the way he had visualized it.
Like he said, it's like unlearning things. Like how we are used to Mumbai driving. When I went to take my international license, they said you have to unlearn those things. I said, मैं बॉम्बे में ड्राइविंग कर लेती हूँ तो मैं तो कहीं पे भी कर लूँगी. I was in that mind frame. But that is more simple. So this cinema is more simple, more innocent, more story driven. There are no VFX. There's no hero is not bashing up 100 people and showing his heroism. His heroism is all about his journey he has traveled, the decision he has taken, and how he comes out of it from point of no return to what he achieves finally. So I think it's a beautiful narrative. It's shown in a very simple, touching manner.
It's a small attempt by the director to salute or to say
Yeah.
pay a tribute to the cinema of
Because he
80s.
has immense belief in that kind of Hindi cinema, but we used to call Hindi cinema. Now we are aping West, we are showing more of urban stuff, more mental complexities. So his cinema is still to the grassroots level where people are still facing those problems, facing system-oriented problems, circumstances. It's not just that if you want to be an IAS officer, you study hard and you will become. There are so many obstacles. There are factors like Abhimanyu Singh, who are college goons. So there are same elements though who existed 30, 40 years before also. Still these kind of people, they are still there to trouble innocent guys like Rajeev.
Okay. So any anecdotes that you would like to share from the sets? Any memorable moments?
Memorable moments were in plenty. Be it action sequences where we shot for about 11 hours, getting drenched in rain and mud and kitchen fight, which really tested our strength and our patience actually by the end of it. That how much can we pull this off? Then
It was so
after
realistic.
Paka-
He used to come back with all those bruises, and वो बोलते थे tomorrow there will
Yeah.
not be any shoot because Rajeev is injured.
Yeah, so to be like really, action sequences have been quite challenging.
Yeah.
Then our offset, we would come back. We were all staying in the same resort, so the whole cooking part, we would be customized food, and then she would eat something different. I would eat something different. Then we would sit and eat sometimes. The workouts used to be interesting because we all used to work out almost together at, yeah, so pretty much. I mean, there are plenty of memorable moments.
You want to add something?
No, I was just thinking
Yeah.
of this cooking. He said, I remembered one incident. My cook used to get a lot of food. He's a very good cook, so he used to get big tiffin for everybody. So 2-3 days consecutively, he was getting khichdi. Then fourth day, then everybody stopped eating my food. That she's getting khichdi only every day. The fourth day, there was like nice non-veg and chicken curries and fish curry and everything. Then the moment they opened the food, मैंने कहा लगता है इसका पेट ठीक हो गया.
Okay. Any scene that was difficult to pull off? Any one particular scene?
I think every scene was difficult to pull off. It wasn't like, for me, I would say it wasn't like really in my comfort zone initially, especially, to pull off those lines and to pull off that style wasn't easy. But then as we went ahead, I think I kind of got into the groove and then was a little comfortable. But the whole thing of actually the whole process of unlearning was a little
Yeah, there was terror
Yeah.
to everything.
yeah.
So, Rajeev, if we talk about from the time you have entered the industry till date, you look exactly the same. So, what is the secret behind this? You just stopped aging.
Yeah, I know. No, it's not. I haven't stopped aging. I've aged by 20 years. I think 18 years at least. I've been the part of this industry. I think it's all. Of course, I've been careful about the way I eat and the way I work out. It's been a combination of a whole lot of things. I think I'll take it as a compliment. But yeah, I think some things must have come from my genes. Some of it, of course, has been a conscious effort to stay fit, and not because I'm an actor. It's also because in my I want to feel fit. I want to be fit for myself, for my personal life as well. So I think the whole desire of climbing Mount Everest at 60 when I was 20 still lives with me, and I work towards it. So I think it's a combination of a whole lot of things.
Also, you have a massive fan following, but what keeps you away from social media? Fans are really curious to know when you post that you're going to interview him on the forum.
Fans only. The reason why I stay away from fans is because of fans. I don't want them to remind me as to how important I am to them. I want them to focus in their lives, and I don't want to be reminded that I am loved, and there are people who look up to me, because I finish my work and I want to go back and just be myself. I feel like I'm a very ordinary guy, so I do not want that feeling of being told every day that, I really like you. I don't want anyone to tell me that, because that is good as far as my films are coming or my project is coming out, and it's good as long as you enjoy my show or any of my project. But then I kind of cut off because I get into my own world, which I really love being in, where I'm a nobody, where I have somebody, you know, and we travel and we do our own things. So, which I really enjoy, and I don't want to part with that because that gives me a lot of happiness. So that suits me. I'm saying not that it's a very well thought of thing, but I think it suits me to be away from it and to not be reminded that I am known or I'm liked or I'm loved.
So will there be any movement that we'll see you on social media, joining social media?
I don't see myself ever coming on social media, at least as of now. I think it's also, for me, it's getting a little more distasteful, the whole world of social media, because I think everyone is exploiting the moment. It's right now. Everyone just wants to exploit. It's all about reaching out. It's about saying anything. The walls of decency have kind of also come down, and you have the liberty to say anything to anyone, irrespective of someone who's probably worked hard and earned a position socially also. Forget about being an actor or anything. There are people who have achieved so much in their life and they have contributed so much to the society. It doesn't feel very good when someone has the, what do I say? If someone can just randomly walk up and say something in public to that particular individual, which doesn't sound right to me. So I don't want to be a part of the world where there's no culture.
Okay. So before you wind up, one last message for your fans.
Please go and watch, of course.
Yep.
This is the only.
If you have time,
Yeah.
and if you want to watch something different in terms of storytelling, if you want to see 2019 and 80 style, go and
Yeah,
watch
I think
Pranaam.
today's generation have not seen college-going kids and all. They have all seen complex cinema, so they should go and watch what cinema used
Probably
to
what
be.
your parents used to
Hindi
love.
cinema, yeah, parents will of course love it, and they would want you to watch all this. So this is the movie you can go with your parents, and they would love it.
Hey guys, check out our revamped website at www.indiaforums.com to get your daily dose of entertainment.
Hi, this is Rajeev Khandelwal, and you're watching me on India Forums.
We hope that you guys enjoyed this video with Priyank. Don't forget to subscribe to India Forums Addiction at its best. Ashima Chavda, camera person Babaji, India Forums, Mumbai.